What if I told you that one small bite, something you've been eating for decades, could be slowly killing you from the inside? Not in a dramatic movie-style way, but in the quietest, most devastating way possible. Every day after the age of 60, your arteries become more vulnerable, more fragile, and more likely to get clogged. You don't feel it. You don't see it. But it's happening silently with every meal you eat. And the scariest part? The very foods that are supposed to give you energy, comfort, and stability might be the ones slowly blocking the flow of blood to your heart, brain, and legs. Have you ever felt short of breath after just a short walk? A weird tightness in your chest? Numbness in your arms? Or maybe you've been waking up more tired lately, feeling like something's just not right, even though all your tests come back normal. That's not aging. That could be early signs of blocked arteries. And if you're over 60, this message could be the wake-up call that saves your life. Because in the next few minutes, I'll reveal the 3 everyday foods that are causing arterial plaque to build up inch by inch inside your body. These foods are in almost every kitchen, every restaurant, and yes, probably even in your fridge right now. You've been told they're fine in moderation. But what no one told you is that after 60, your metabolism changes. Your arteries stiffen, and foods that were once tolerated in your 30s or 40s become dangerous after 60. Let's start with the first one. And brace yourself, because this might hit close to home. Danger food number 1, breakfast cereals. Yes, even the healthy ones. You might think you're starting your day right. A bowl of cereal, maybe with skim milk, some fruit on top. Low fat, low calorie. Maybe it even says, heart healthy on the box. But here's the truth. Most breakfast cereals are nothing more than ultra-processed sugar bombs dressed up as healthy options, even the ones with fiber and whole grains. They spike your blood sugar in minutes, triggering an insulin surge that causes inflammation inside your blood vessels. That inflammation is the first step in a process that ends with plaque hardening your arteries like old cement pipes. And here's where it gets worse. The sugars and refined grains inside these cereals don't just disappear after digestion. They leave behind advanced glycation end products, sticky compounds that attach to your artery walls and make it easier for cholesterol to stick. Over time, this builds into the silent killer we call atherosclerosis. It's not just about cholesterol. It's about chronic inflammation, sugar overload, and metabolic chaos, all triggered before 9 a.m. But here's the kicker. They target seniors. They slap on labels like Silver Edition, Heart Smart, or Diabetic Friendly. But turn the box around, and what do you see? Corn syrup, maltodextrin, artificial colors, chemical preservatives, synthetic vitamins that barely absorb. That's not breakfast. That's poison, especially for people over 60. And I get it. You've been eating this for years. Maybe it's been part of your morning ritual for decades. But this is exactly why so many people end up on statins, blood pressure meds, and blood thinners later in life. It's not genetics. It's what we've been fed, literally. But cereal isn't the only culprit. In fact, the next food on the list might be even more dangerous. And it's something you've probably been told to eat more of, especially if you're trying to stay healthy. But after 60, it could be one of the worst choices for your arteries. Asterisk danger food number 2, vegetable oils, especially canola, soy, and corn oil. This might shock you, because for years we were told to throw away butter and switch to heart-healthy vegetable oils. Margarine, corn oil, canola oil. They were advertised as modern miracles. Lower in saturated fat, better for cholesterol, supposedly safe. But what if I told you the exact opposite is true? What if I told you that these oils are not just unhealthy? They're actively damaging your arteries from the inside out? Let me explain. These oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which in small amounts aren't dangerous. But today, most seniors are consuming 10 to 20 times the safe amount. Why does that matter? Because omega-6s triggers systemic inflammation. And when your body is constantly inflamed, your arteries respond by trying to heal themselves. That healing creates scar tissue, and scar tissue attracts cholesterol. Over time, your arteries become rigid, inflamed, and narrowed, the perfect setup for high blood pressure, angina, and heart attacks. Worse yet, these oils oxidize easily when exposed to heat, like during cooking. That oxidation produces compounds known as lipid peroxides. You can't see them, you can't taste them, but they travel through your bloodstream, damaging the delicate lining of your arteries like tiny shards of glass. This is called endothelial dysfunction, and it's one of the earliest warning signs that your arteries are silently under attack. And here's the part no one talks about. These oils are in everything. Salad dressings, crackers, canned soup, frozen dinners, even so-called health snacks like granola bars and veggie chips. The food industry loves them because they're cheap and shelf-stable. But your arteries? They pay the price. Think about it. You've been told to watch your salt, your sugar, your fat, but no one ever told you to watch your oils. And after 60, your body becomes even more sensitive to these chemical assaults. Your liver is slower to detox. Your cells are slower to repair. And once inflammation gets out of control, it doesn't just damage your arteries. It triggers a chain reaction that affects your brain, your joints, your eyes, even your memory. You see, many seniors believe memory loss is just part of aging. But what if part of that cognitive decline is really poor circulation to the brain? What if your daily cooking oil is contributing to microclots and oxygen deprivation inside your own head? It's terrifying. And yet, the solution is simple, if you act fast. But before I show you the safe alternatives, there's still one more food we need to talk about. And this one is sneaky, because it hides behind a mask of comfort. It's often linked to family gatherings, holidays, or your favorite evening meal. But it's clogging arteries faster than you can imagine. And the worst part? It's highly addictive. In just a moment, I'll reveal the third food, the one that turns your blood thick like sludge, slows down your circulation, and silently starves your cells of oxygen. Danger food number 3. Processed meats, especially bacon, sausages, deli slices, and ham. This is the one most people don't want to hear. Why? Because it tastes good. Because it brings back memories. Because it's convenient. But none of that changes the fact that processed meats, especially bacon, sausages, and sliced deli meats, are one of the most dangerous things a senior can put in their body. Let me say it plainly. These meats are loaded with nitrites, preservatives, and chemical flavor enhancers that don't just raise your blood pressure, they directly damage your arterial lining. Every slice of bacon, every hot dog, every harmless piece of ham contains compounds that harden arteries, stiffen blood vessels, and contribute to plaque buildup in ways that are far worse than red meat alone. You might think, I only eat a few slices here and there, but it doesn't take much. Because when you're over 60, your body isn't repairing as quickly. And these chemicals, especially sodium nitrite, are known to create nitrosamines, substances that don't just hurt your heart, but have been linked to cancer, Alzheimer's, and kidney failure. Ever feel dizzy after a salty meal? Bloated in your hands or ankles? That's not just water retention. That could be a sign your arteries are narrowing, that your heart is working overtime to pump blood through a maze of stiff, inflamed tubes. And all it took was that sandwich you thought was harmless. But here's where it gets terrifying. Studies have found that people who eat processed meats daily have up to a 42% higher risk of heart failure, and the risk skyrockets when combined with a high-sugar, high-refined carb diet. In other words, cereal for breakfast, a deli sandwich. For lunch, and stir-fry in canola oil for dinner? That's the perfect recipe for a heart attack by 65. Still not convinced? Let's go deeper. A research team from Harvard studied over 120,000 people for decades. They found that just one serving of processed meat per day was associated with a significantly higher risk of death from cardiovascular disease. That's not opinion. That's cold, hard data. And yet, these products are pushed onto seniors constantly. Low-fat turkey slices, reduced sodium ham. They market them as smart choices, but behind the label is a chemical cocktail that no aging heart can handle. And when you combine all three foods, the sugary cereals, the oxidized oils, and the processed meats, something terrifying happens. Your blood becomes thicker, your arteries stiffer, your inflammation skyrockets. It becomes harder and harder for your heart to push blood to your brain, your feet, your organs. Oxygen delivery suffers. Toxins build up. And before you know it, you're dealing with memory loss, chronic fatigue, neuropathy, high blood pressure, and a terrifying risk of sudden cardiac arrest. But there's hope. In the next block, I'll show you the 3 simple changes you can make today to begin reversing the damage. Foods that clean your arteries, restore circulation, and re-energize your heart, all backed by science. Now that you know the 3 foods silently attacking your arteries, let's take a moment to understand what actually happens inside your body and why it gets worse after 60. Every heartbeat is a miracle. It pushes oxygen-rich blood through over 60,000 miles of blood vessels. But when your arteries are damaged by sugar, oxidized oils, chemical preservatives, that miracle starts to break down. The walls of your arteries become inflamed like raw skin. Your immune system rushes in to fix the problem, and in doing so, creates scar tissue. That scar tissue doesn't stretch. It doesn't carry blood efficiently. It traps cholesterol. It narrows the pathway. Imagine a garden hose slowly filling with cement. That's what's happening inside thousands of seniors right now. And the symptoms are subtle at first. Cold feet, tired legs, foggy memory, a sense that something is off. Many people ignore it, blaming age. But then come the warning signs: high blood pressure, chest discomfort, erectile dysfunction, dizziness when standing up. And one day, something snaps, you collapse, or feel sudden chest pain, or suffer a stroke without warning. Doctors call it sudden cardiac death, but it's not sudden. It was built up over years of damage that could have been avoided with the right information. And the brain? It's just as vulnerable. When arteries harden, the brain gets less oxygen, less nutrients, and becomes prone to microclots. That's why circulation is tied to memory loss, balance issues, and even early dementia. You're not just aging. You're being starved from the inside out. But now that you know what's happening, you can begin to fight back, because your body is miraculous. And even at 60, 70, or 80, it can repair, rejuvenate, and reverse years of damage. All it needs is the right fuel. Let me show you 3 natural foods that have been shown to clean the arteries, reduce inflammation, and support circulation without side effects. Asterisk, you've probably heard the saying that food is medicine. Well, for anyone over 60, this couldn't be truer. Your body has an incredible ability to heal itself, but only if you provide the right fuel. To unclog arteries, reduce inflammation, and strengthen your blood vessels, you need foods that actively fight plaque buildup and support circulation. Let's dive into the top 3 powerhouse foods backed by science. 1. Beets, nature's ultimate. Blood vessel relaxer beets are a nutritional treasure chest when it comes to improving circulation. Packed with natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. Beets help relax and widen your blood vessels, allowing blood to flow more freely and lowering blood pressure naturally. Clinical studies from prestigious universities, like the University of Exeter, have shown that drinking beetroot juice daily can reduce blood pressure by up to 10 points in just weeks. Results comparable to some medications, but without side effects. Nitric oxide from beets also prevents arteries from stiffening and helps reduce plaque formation. For best results, consume fresh raw beets in salads, fresh juices, or roasted with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, which adds its own antioxidant benefits. 2. Garlic. The ancient antioxidant and anti-inflammatory garlic is more than just a flavorful seasoning. Its active compound, allicin, is a powerful antioxidant that reduces inflammation and lowers LDL, bad cholesterol. European studies suggest that aged garlic extract can improve arterial elasticity in seniors by up to 25%, meaning softer, more flexible arteries, less pressure on the heart, and better blood flow. But there's more. Garlic also acts as a natural blood thinner, reducing the risk of dangerous clots that can cause strokes and heart attacks. Eating raw garlic might be tough for some, but high-quality aged garlic supplements are an effective and easier option. 3. Cold water. Fatty fish. The anti-inflammatory secret from the sea salmon, sardines, mackerel, and herring are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, nutrients that do the opposite of harmful vegetable oils. They fight inflammation, lower blood triglycerides, and keep blood vessels flexible. Research from the U.S. National Institutes of Health found that regular omega-3 intake reduces the risk of sudden cardiac death by 35% in older adults. Omega-3 South also protect brain health, helping prevent dementia and cognitive decline, which are often linked to poor circulation. Eating fatty fish at least twice a week or taking a high-quality fish oil supplement, free from heavy metals, can dramatically improve vascular health. Pro tip: if you dislike fish, try simple recipes with lemon, herbs, and olive oil, or opt for certified supplements. Avoid farmed freshwater fish due to possible toxins. Asterisk, you might be asking yourself, is it too late for me to fix this? The good news is, it's never too late. No matter your age, your body has a remarkable ability to repair, rejuvenate, and reverse damage, especially when given the right support. Your arteries are living tissue. They can become more flexible. Plaque can stabilize. Inflammation can calm down. And symptoms like fatigue, brain fog, and high blood pressure can start fading away. But it all begins with awareness and taking action. Here's what you can do right now to start reversing years of damage. Ditch vegetable oils like canola, soy, and corn oil. Replace them with heart-healthy options like extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. Swap sugary breakfast cereals for oatmeal, topped with cinnamon and fresh berries, to keep blood sugar steady. Cut out processed meats such as bacon, sausages, and deli slices, replacing them with grilled chicken, legumes, or roasted vegetables. Add artery-friendly foods like beets, garlic, and omega-3 rich fish to your meals several times a week. Commit to at least 30 minutes of walking daily to naturally boost circulation and heart health. And most importantly, keep learning and stay informed, because the food industry won't warn you, and pharmaceutical companies profit when you don't prevent disease. But you've already taken the most important first step by watching this video. Now I want to hear from you. If you're serious about improving your health, type 1 in the comments below. If you still have doubts or questions, type 0 and tell us what's holding you back. We're here to help. If you found this information life-changing, don't forget to subscribe to Senior Health Today, your trusted source for nutrition, truths, practical health tips, and real strategies to help you live longer, stronger, and more independently. Hit the like button. Share this with someone over 60 you care about, and turn on notifications, because your heart deserves better than silence. Your journey to better health starts right now.